Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know. Blink twice if you can hear me. I'm in a different setting because I'm at 𝐔𝐒𝐄's house. No, I'm just asking the live chat if they can hear me. Oh, yay! Hi, Avery. Hi, Sky. Hi, Charlene, Chelsea, Deanna, Mermeow. How y'all doing? I feel like I haven't streamed in a million years, and I know I'm blurry. My setup's a little bit different. I'm using a different lens, and have it clipped to the back of the kitchen table, and I'm on the other side. How's y'all Sunday going? I feel like I haven't seen y'all in a million years. Okay, I need to fix this. Hey, 𝐔𝐶, can you help me with the camera real quick? Can you just, twist it to the side until I tell you to stop? Because while I love looking at... It's right. It's on the lens itself, there's a little twisty thing. Yep. Just a little bit more. Go the other way. Keep going. Okay, go back the other way. Keep going. Keep going. I think I'm getting blurrier. I don't know what. No, it's not working. I'm not sure if I'm in the wrong frame.
Want me to sit over there and you do it?
Sure. 𝐔𝐶's gonna sit over here for a second. Let me unplug real quick. All right. Talk to the chat.
All right. I can even read it. Hey, chat. Just woke up. Okay. Coffee's a good thing. Coffee's a good thing. That looks, well, I mean, it's me, so.
Yeah, you look great.
Yeah, really.
Okay. I think we're good.
Okay.
That looks good.
You're only a little blurry. Oh, because they say I'm a little blurry now.
Okay. I think you're pretty clear on my end.
Okay.
How does it?
It looks fine on the camera.
Clear?
It looks fine.
Okay.
As fine as it's going to be with me being here. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Surprise! 𝐔𝐶's gonna react to Jessie Lee Ward. Oh my god. Okay. Thank you, 𝐔𝐶.
No worries, DC.
Okay. It's just a different setup, so everything is different. They say hi, 𝐔𝐶/dad. You can come in here, Mom. It's okay. You're not going to be on camera. I have a low lens on, so there's nothing. You don't have to be quiet either. It's okay. My mom's walking into the room. Okay. Yeah, I have a different lens on because I was trying not to get the whole background in there, so. Okay, great. Sweet. 𝐔𝐶 says hello to you all. Hello to his adopted children. I'm going to go ahead and we are going to... Was I prepared for this live stream? No. Let me just get the stream beats going so we can listen to something while I pull up Jessie Lee Ward's podcast. Okay. Whoop. We had to reschedule the Young Living reading because I was at 𝐔𝐶 in my mom's house. So, it's all good. Okay, great. Great. All right, let me see what episode we're on. You'd think for how much I review her podcast. I mean, I downloaded the transcript so I can just look at it, I guess. I was trying to take some feedback from some critique I received, and I downloaded her transcripts to read. Where's Jessie Lee Ward? There's Awakened. Here's Jessie Lee Ward. So we have episode 19 and episode 20. I'm not connected to my eGPU, so we might have some lagging. And I think I need to turn my mic down. That's better. And I'm going to pull it up. The weird thing is, normally I have a big monitor. I just have my laptop, which is fine. Let's see. You can come in and it's not picking up anything. Yeah. Okay. Nope. Okay. Podcasts, apple.com. We want Google Podcasts. The Mindset Mentor. No? Okay. We don't want Spotify because we're already on Spotify. Overcast. Google Podcasts. And we want oldest first. Episode 17, episode 18, episode 19. Okay, so let me go ahead and try to do split screen. Awesome. Bye, Crystal. Family, yes, absolutely. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try. This is very different. So I'm going to try to put, let me see if I can do this. But then I can't see, I can see the chat on the screen, I guess. We'll try it. We're going to go back up and we're going to do the vintage radio and the live button. We'll put right there. That'll work. I just like having something on the screen when we're listening to something, because if someone comes in the mid, or if they're coming in and it's a different scene, they know that we're maybe listening to something. And let me just no. Where is vintage radio? I'm just gonna move it down and over. My screen's kind of small today. Thanks for your patience. Okay. So I did pull up Jessie Lee Ward's transcript of her podcast, and I highlighted a few things. We're going to listen to it together. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to super change the format of how we react to her podcast, but I'm not opposed to critique. I am opposed to outright being mean to people, but this is, let me try to do this on the thirds. There we go. Can I see the chat now? Janet, hi. Let's see. Why can I see my chat? All right. We're just going to have to do this. Hi, 𝐔𝐒𝐄 We're about to press play on the podcast. Episode 19, The People's Mentor. Host, Jessie Lee Ward. I'm having a great weekend with my family. Hi, Heather. Jessie Lee Ward. The reason that we started reviewing this podcast is because there's room for, I hope there's room even for me to grow and change as I learn more and, maybe decide on different paths to take. It's interesting to see some of the abrupt responses that we've seen from Jessie Lee Ward regarding people's commentary, that they're really confused about why there's differences and changes in behavior when she made such a strong stance on those positions several years ago. And we've heard some of those on the podcast itself. And not that people can't grow and change, but not even acknowledging your strong positioning on something from before and gaslighting people, making it seem like they're attacking you or trying to put you in a box when maybe you had really committed fans up until this point and they remembered what you said. I think it's meaningful at least to say there seems to be some hypocrisy here, and let's address it, Jessie Lee Ward versus Jessie Lee Ward, and you're going to hear some of my commentary on it as well. If y'all don't follow Heather C., she is an anti-MLM creator here on YouTube. She reacts to a lot of different content, and her videos are articulate. They're great to ingest in like a 20, 30, 45-minute period of time, and she's very interactive and engaging with her lives. So if you don't already follow her, I'd recommend following her. Yeah, and again, it's something to be said for, sure, we have critiques of her, but presenting herself versus what she said on the podcast, I think is pretty, it's a pretty, I wouldn't say ethical way of critiquing her. I think it's using her words in full against her words in full, at least add some credibility to the critiques, because we're not just saying take our word for it. We're saying listen to what she said herself. Oh, love that, Janet. Hi, Celeste. That's a mood, Janet. Oh my gosh, love it. Okay, so I have some highlights on my iPad. I'm gonna go ahead and press play on her deal, and we're gonna get this started.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee Ward. You can also call me #
Can y'all hear that? Blink twice if you can hear Jessie Lee Ward screaming at us.
#BossLee, or the people's mentor, and I'm fired up to deliver this podcast to you today. I want to talk about abundance.
Sweet.
Mindset and how you can work on yours, and you can, literally manifest all kinds of good things into your life. And this is something I truly believe in all aspects of abundance, whether it's
she's yelling again. I mean, let's just send her a microphone. I know we would never do that. We would never send, and I would never encourage anyone to send her anything. Just want to make that clear. It is a lighthearted banter of please get a microphone. You can even get a Rode lapel mic that plugs directly into your phone that you can use with Anchor, and you could have incredible sound.
Attracting good people in your life, good energy in your life, money in your life, homes in your life, whatever it is. I truly believe in this. So before I get started, I actually am going to do the fan of the week right away, because I know that when I talk about things I'm super passionate about, I ramble. And hey, honesty is the best policy, people, okay? And so I don't want to forget to do this. And the way you become fan of the week is by sharing this. So all you need to do, that's a lie, become fan of the week by leaving a review on iTunes. So leave a review on iTunes, and I know thousands and thousands of you listen on other methods, so I apologize. It's just the only one I know where to find the reviews on. So on iTunes, if you want to leave a 5-star review, I will do a fan of the week every single.
You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts. You can leave a review on Google Podcasts. You can leave a review on Anchor. You can literally leave a review everywhere. And yes, she said, it's the only one I know where to find the reviews on. Okay. Okay. I'm going to take your word for it. And again, I've got her transcript up, so when we're listening to her, I can reiterate what she said exactly and repeat it back. One of the critiques from our buddy was interacting more with a live chat instead of what Jessie Lee Ward's actually saying, and so I take that with a grain of salt. The reason I like to live stream so much is because I like talking to y'all. I like the interaction. I like hearing what y'all have to say. So I don't know if I'm willing to change it too much, but I'm open to critique.
Single time I record a podcast. And then I mentioned sharing.
Yes,
so all the
Chelsea.
screenshots and the Instagram stories and all of the pictures on Instagram and Facebook and all over social. I appreciate you guys so much. I promise to always comment back and share every time I see them. So the fan of the week is Sarah Grace Dow, and her review is titled So Much Value. I love it. I've been following Jessie Lee since hearing her speak in Vegas a couple years ago. What an incredible, influential leader we have giving us valuable content. I've used many of her videos to fire up my team because it's impossible to listen to this woman and not be inspired. Her high vibe will ignite a fire inside you to be a better leader, better friend, and better human. And then a whole bunch of fire and star emojis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I actually chose this as the fan of the week for 2 reasons.
Before she continues on, I made a note here on my iPad. I was wondering if this person was associated with Jessie Lee in a business sense, if she was on her team, like Erin Bies was when Erin left the comment several podcasts ago. I didn't get to look into it. I should have. I didn't. But that was one of the questions I had. That's always the question. Even if y'all left me a review, I think it's important to say, hey, this is a subscriber who left this is a subscriber to my channel who left this positive comment, because it acknowledges that there may be some bias because maybe they already like me as a creator, or this is a fan of the week. They're also on my team. I'm so glad that one of my team members is getting value from the podcast. I just think that it would add more credibility. That's just me.
First of all, obviously, high vibe. You're going to hear a lot of that throughout this podcast. Second is because Sarah Grace says that she has been following me since she heard me speak in Vegas a couple years ago, and I wanted to officially announce on here.
Maybe she's not on her team.
I have been asked to be a keynote speaker by Mr. Eric Worre himself at this December's GoPro Recruiting Mastery. I'm super stoked for it. I think there's 12,000 people that are attending. If you need discount tickets or whatever, shoot me a message somewhere, and I will shoot you a link. But fired up about it. Can't wait. He just asked me, and I'm so excited. All right, let's get into the content. I know y'all are waiting, so I'm going to give you some steps to develop an abundance mindset, and let's go. So here's the reason I think that abundance mindsets are so important. It's not a secret that if you have a stronger mindset than your opponents maybe in life, you can radically affect the course of your life, okay?
It's different because, so Janet said, because like for 30 years, she spoke at a certain level, and within a year, it's gone down a couple of octaves. Yep. Have y'all seen the Theranos creator, inventor, and how she completely changed her voice? Not that I'm saying that Jessie Lee Ward is involved in any illegal activities through the comparison. I'm saying that it's interesting when you change your voice to be taken as, or to be seen as more credible. I know the last time she did comment of the week, it was Erin's, and she was on her team. Yep.
There is overwhelming actual scientific research on mindset that shows the way you think about yourself and the way you think about the world around you can drastically change the way you learn, the way you handle stressors in your life, the way your immune system functions, the way you are successful, the way you are resilient, and on 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 and on. So
just to recap that, she said, I'm going to give you some steps to develop an abundance mindset. So here's the reason I think that abundance mindsets are so important. Having an abundance mindset can drastically change the way you learn, the way you handle stressors in your life, the way that your immune system functions, the way you are successful, the way you are resilient. I think it's some of those. I don't know if I agree with her on every single point. Lynn, hi. Hi, Tanya. Tanya, I know I stopped talking in the middle of our text conversation. I haven't forgot about it. I just crashed. Tanya is another creator here. She has an incredible perspective on psychology and has added so much value when we've been able to live stream together. We're going to go live this week sometime. And if you don't already follow Tanya, she's a great follow too. She goes live with Karina a lot. She's spicy. She's articulate. And she does not hold the punches when she is critiquing people. It's great.
So, just quite simply, this is actually, I got this from Stephen Covey. So 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, one of my favorite books of all time. He basically Stephen Covey coined the term abundance mindset or abundance mentality simply as a concept in which a person believes there are enough resources and successes to share with others. Okay, so let's flip it on the contrast, because there's some of you listening to this who actually live in contrast of that. You live in scarcity mindsets. Scarcity mindsets are destructive and they are unnecessary and they make you think that the world is against you.
I mean, and for some people, there is a very huge hurdle to overcome with where they were born, the finances they were born into or lack thereof. I don't think that I think it's an incomplete view to say that scarcity mindset is destructive as a blanket statement. So she said, I've just quite simply, I got this from Stephen Covey. I'm glad she gave him credit for this. Now, if she's going to take all of his training and repurpose it as her own, I would have an issue with that. So she said the book is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I don't know if Stephen Covey coined this term, but abundance mindset or abundance mentality. And that's the concept in which a person believes that there are enough resources and successes to share with others. I think that's true in some situations. I don't think it's true in every situation.
Okay, cut it out, people. All right, you have this mindset, some of you, where you're like, if someone else wins or if somebody else is successful, I'm going to lose. Not everybody can possibly win. Like, I mean, I'm just like thinking, like I told you I was going to ramble on this. I literally am sitting here thinking about so many people who, maybe hate the network marketing profession. Only certain people with certain timing, with certain deals, given certain legs and certain... You know what? There are some losers that were given situations and positions, for sure. There are losers who are given every corporate lead that ever comes to a company. There are losers who have signed hundreds of thousands of dollars of special bonuses. For sure. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a real thing. However, yo girl you're listening to right now has never taken a deal and always ends up at the top. Why? Because I got an abundance mindset. Okay?
You're telling me that from what I understand, this is alleged, that your upline, Lisa Grossman, pays for all of your travel. And that's not a perk for you coming over to join her team at Prove It? You're telling me that's not or that doesn't fulfill the spirit of a bridge contract, that she pays for your flights and pays for your hotel stays? And that's alleged. She's mentioned it a few times, on one specifically on her Facebook Live, where she talked about Lisa paying for her travel. So I'm not stating that as a fact. It's alleged. I just think that when she says she wasn't given anything and she wasn't given a bridge contract, technically that may be true. I don't know if in actuality, if what she was given but wasn't labeled as a bridge contract it's true. Yes, Janet. Janet said she even said that Lisa pays for her flights and hotels. So, just got questions.
People who think that they have to come into luck in some kind of like special circumstance. Scarcity! Cut it out! Okay? So, anyway. Fostering this abundance mindset, I've noticed is just recognized amongst top achievers in general. And it is extremely beneficial to your personal development and certainly a spiritual and emotional development. Okay? So I think it's pretty well known that sort of the prevailing.
So she said, I got an abundance mindset. People who think that they have to come into luck in some kind of like special circumstance, scarcity, cut it out. Okay, so anyway, fostering this abundance mindset, I've noticed, is just recognized amongst top achievers in general, and it is extremely beneficial to your personal development and certainly a spiritual and emotional development. Those are her perspectives. I don't necessarily know how having an abundance mindset would impact your spiritually or your spirituality. Maybe that falls into gratitude. I think those are big claims, and maybe that positive perspective could impact your emotional mindset, but I don't know. It's very, even though I paid to transcribe this video and I downloaded it, marked it up, it's still not super clear. You know, I was thinking that maybe if I download it and highlight it, there's more of a logical trail throughout her speaking, and it's a lot of points and then a lot of her when I say ranting, she said ranting earlier. It's not as linear, it's not as clear as I thought maybe it would be for how she has portrayed herself currently and why she is a sought after speaker for these events. Luck is a huge part of being successful at anything. I believe Chelsea Suarez and Hannah Alonso have said that about their successes on YouTube. Very good point, Chelsea. And again, so when I've made videos, I live stream a lot. That's part of, I could improve by uploading more, but being able to meet the watch hours for monetization by just being consistent was a good feeling. Now I still have to get subscribers to get fully monetized, but I think I'm at 7,500 watch hours now from just being consistent. So I think, yes, luck has a big part to play in a really big success. And I'm glad that people are watching people like Hannah Alonso and Chelsea Suarez and Emily D. Baker. Like, her content was good from such a long time ago that I think a lot of people saw that, and she gained, I don't know, over 400,000 or 500,000 followers, I think, from the, no, maybe she was at 200 plus when she started the trial, but people started picking up on like how incredible she is, and then YouTube started sharing her out more. So like, that's great. But again, also Hannah and Chelsea and Emily are incredible streamers. They're incredible video, like content creators. They're articulate. There's lots of good things about them too. And I think that also being able to hit a good algorithm is good too. Melissa, hi. Hello, I'm streaming at 𝐔𝐄𝐒's house. All right, let's play.
Belief is that this is going to let you have a very full, very satisfying life, whatever that looks like to you. You're going to be happier despite circumstances, despite, I was going to say turd burglars. I guess I just said it. Despite turd burglars trying to ruin your good mood, okay? It's going to allow you to give and receive affections and items of higher value and more success with ease, because it's going to come to you. It's going to flow to you more freely. You're going to feel plentiful. You're going to feel creative. You're going to feel like life is easier. You're going to feel inspired. That's how abundance mindset works.
Okay. So she said the abundance mindset. So she said, I think it's pretty well known that sort of the prevailing belief is that this is going to let you have a very full, very satisfying life, whatever that looks like to you. Well, she's also said what full life looks like to her, and that includes a lot of money. She said, you're going to be happier despite circumstances, despite, I was going to say turd burglars. I guess I just said it. It's like turd burglars trying to ruin your good mood, okay? It's going to allow you to give and receive affections and items of higher value. I don't get behind that idea that you're going to think stuff to your life. I don't think you're going to. Luck, timing, talent, and hard work, they all are in play. You can't just will it to happen with mindset. Mindset is important to stay disciplined to achieve a goal. Yes, Charlene, absolutely. Abundance mindset follows similar logic as the prosperity gospel. Yeah, and I'm not a fan of prosperity gospel. I'm not a fan of Joel Osteen, like, platforming that. I don't think that it aligns with any, if you look at anything in, like, what the Bible actually talks about, I don't think prosperity gospel's in there. Like I've told Tish, because she's growing, putting out good content means more subs, and she puts out good content. DC, you put out good content, but it's different because it's lives. I love your lives. Oh, thanks, Janet. Yeah, and again, it's like, I like the community. I like talking to y'all. I like the interaction. That's a big enjoyment I have. It's one of the things I like about Emily D. Baker streaming. One, that her chat's a safe place, and she puts a lot, I'm guessing, time and money in training for her mods to keep the chat a welcoming, safe place for people to have conversations and learn about sometimes complex legal things. And then sometimes talking about pop culture, it can be, there can be sensitive subjects, and there's lots of people who come over together over shared ideas from different walks of life, different political beliefs, different beliefs in general, and then they can all learn over there. Hi, Julie Joe. What's up? Prosperity gospel feels good. Real Bible study and building a relationship with God is not all sunshine and gumdrops. Yep. Julie Joe, we're listening to Jessie Lee Ward.
You're going to allow yourself to take full advantage of and enjoy new opportunities that will suddenly come your way. It's going to freak you out. You're going to be like, wow, man, I am too blessed to be stressed. I understand the hashtag. You're going to have more meaningful life experiences and bigger, bolder, better memories. And I promise you, you'll probably start feeling more secure and confident in your life endeavors.
Wow. They're just big promises. I don't know. And again, so she said, you're going to feel inspired. That's how abundance mindset works. You're going to allow yourself to take full advantage of and enjoy new opportunities that will suddenly come your way. I mean, this sounds like a fortune cookie, what she's saying. It's going to freak you out. You're going to be like, wow, man, I'm too blessed to be stressed. I mean, convenient position for you to speak on this when at this time, and I think currently, you have a lot of money. Yeah, she's definitely not an easy one to listen to. Yeah, and again, like, I like listening to triggering people with with a live chat because I feel like there's some balance and y'all pick up on a lot of things I don't. I also really like streaming with Tish when we were looking at the recruiting video that Debbie Fab sends out to all of their potential recruits to look at. Tish picked up on a ton of stuff that I was like, oh my gosh, that's an incredible perspective.
Okay, so here are some ways I think that we can maybe create an abundant mindset in your life starting today, okay? Number one, become aware of your thoughts, people, okay? When I went over the scarcity mindset portion 2 minutes ago, were you sitting there like, oh my gosh, she's so for serious, right? That's me.
So for serious? Again, there's lots of different content here on YouTube. There's a range of different things. For the claims that she is the #1 network marketer in the world, that she wants to currently be a speaker, be a sought after speaker on these training platforms. Listening to this as part of your resume, that people would find out about who you are and like not your legacy, but your track record with speaking and communicating, I would have questions about saying, yeah, I want her on my stage based off of like the clarity of thought in these podcasts. I can't believe I missed Tish's live this morning. I still haven't been able to watch it. Yeah, I wanted to live stream with her so badly. I was like, because doing late night live streams here. Everyone's sleeping, and it's a kind of like an open concept house, and I didn't want to keep everybody up. So I was like, please ask me again. Please ask me again. Okay, play.
Mindfulness, all right? This is going to help you decipher when your thoughts are creating a mindset of scarcity or of abundance. Cultivate the mindfulness, okay? Take the time to notice what types of thoughts and feelings are circulating in your head. This is important.
She's reading from something. So if she is taking the book, and she, again, at the beginning, she said that these can all be, she took this training from Stephen Covey. If she's reading straight from the book, Jessie Lee, come on. It would be different if she said, hey, I learned these 5 concepts from Stephen Covey. Here are the 5 concepts that he talks about in his book. I would recommend you buying his book if you want to understand this fully. And I'm going to, in this podcast, tell you my experiences and how they support my belief that these 5 concepts are valuable for me. They work for me, and I think they're going to work for you. And then talk about your experiences, your interpretation, your filter, but not read from his book. Not read from his book on your podcast and then make money off of it. And I just became so what I learned during a time when we were dealing with unemployment and bankruptcy was radical contentment. If I had a roof over my head and food on my table, I'm good. And I just became so disgusted with the MLM attitude of never being content with where you're at. Contentment is not unhealthy. Constant discontent, that's stressful. So yeah, it's
really important. Okay, so like here would kind of be like your action step. It's almost like if you find yourself getting really crappy results in different areas of your life, you're like, what is wrong with me? Why am I always a failure? Ah. Ask yourself, are my thoughts about this based in fear and scarcity? And if the answer is yes, what do I need to do to shift my mindset to abundance? And then write them down. Okay? Number 2 step, in my opinion, if you want to start having more abundance in your life, is practice gratitude.
Okay. Steve Hassan is coming out with a podcast where he talked to Christy Nelson, I think, and they were specifically talking about not kind of adulterating gratitude for streamlined or commercial purposes, but like, what does it actually mean for gratitude, and how can it and again, they come from different perspectives on religion. They come from different perspectives on a lot of other things, but it was a really cool conversation. And maybe monetizing gratitude is what I'm talking about. I don't like that at all. Or are you actually doing something wrong? That's a valid question, Jessie Lee. Yeah. Y'all are incredible in the chat. I love hearing y'all's perspective.
Practicing gratitude is so powerful. I like to write down constantly. When I'm feeling like a little poo-poo and I'm feeling, write down 5 things you're grateful for, and you can take it to the next step and message 5 people why you're grateful for them.
But she's going to say message 5 people and tell them why you're grateful for them as probably an opening for a sales pitch to continue to keep that pipeline prepped and ready to recruit from. I don't trust, because of the recommendations she's given to her team and her perspective about what cold messaging is and warm messaging, because she said if someone watches your story and then you reach out to them, that's not cold messaging because they're already interacting with your stuff. Watching someone's story does not mean they're interacting. And using that as using that perspective to say, well, because that person was already interacting with my stuff doesn't mean that me out of the blue saying, hey, thanks for supporting me on my stories. Have you ever thought about ketones? In my mind, and maybe definition wise, that's not the case, but in my mind, that's still a cold message. That's awesome, Tanya.
so powerful. It creates tremendous amounts of abundance and happiness. I promise you. If you look at what you have in life, you will always have more. That's an Oprah Winfrey quote I heard a million years ago, and I love it. The whole quote, I think, is something like, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. If you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. Okay?
No.
Like, and Tony Robbins always says, what does he say? He says, fear and gratitude cannot exist in the same place, right? So maybe keep a gratitude journal. Maybe write down things you're grateful for every day when you wake up. Like, and if you're stuck, think of simple things, okay? Do you have a bed to sleep in? Are you listening to a podcast? How are you hearing this? Like, seriously, a phone? You have a telephone? Be grateful. Are you breathing right now? Did you take a hot shower today, or even a cold shower today? Are you breathing clean air, or are you, like, you know, having to wear a gas mask? Like, there's so many things you can be grateful for. So many, okay? And actually, I kind of want to backtrack for a minute, because I think some of you are not crystal clear on scarcity versus abundance. Okay, so I want to go over, I'll do scarcity first, because I feel like I want to end on a positive note and then go back into my action steps. And if you're enjoying this, make sure you screenshot this and you drop this on your social media so people can get out of their scarcity mindset. Thank you, appreciate you, love you, you're beautiful. All right, so if you ever feel like you're a victim, or you're bullying people, or you're simply just checked out, scarcity, okay? Physical energy. If your body is always tense and you feel like your shoulders are up by your ears all the time, would you roll them out for me, please, right now? Would you get a little relaxed, please? Would you quit clenching your jaw? Quit grinding your teeth. Don't do those.
She just had to get a mouth guard a few months ago for grinding her teeth or something. So, I mean, this was from 2018. So 4 years later, I don't know why that's meaningful, but it's like the examples she brings up are things that she personally is working through, but she's making it seem like just don't do that. I wish she understood that she doesn't have to yell to be heard. I think, from what I understand, I think she's trying to create an entertaining, energy-filled discussion, and I think that you might hypothetically be able to do that with more voice control, with more, less yelling, but I think she's trying to make it energetic so that people connect, or at least want to continue to come back and listen to what she's saying. Yeah, for me, being an MLM would be the thing that makes me tense.
Those short little breaths. What are you doing? Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay? Emotionally, are you draining energy in the room? Have you ever noticed maybe you're in a room and people keep walking away from you when you're in the middle of talking to them? Maybe it's because your energy is draining. You're being a vampire with your scarcity mindset and scarcity mentality and scarce energy, man. Okay? Are you frustrated all the time? Are you impatient and anxious and angry and, I don't know, scared?
Off topic, but the other thing that I hate is quitting isn't an option. Excuse me, but in many things, quitting is absolutely an option. Yep, Melissa, I agree. Being yelled at doesn't entertain me. It makes me want to go somewhere else. Yeah, me too, Sky.
And afraid and overwhelmed, and you feel like you're powerless and pressured and whatever. Cut that out, man. That's scarcity. Or are you...
No. I don't think so.
Like one of those, I'm so confused all the time. I'm disorganized. I'm just all over the place. Look, nothing's working. I'm not good enough. Is that you? I have no choice. I have to have this job, Jessie Lee. You don't understand. How are the bills going to pay themselves? No, fool, you're going to work and abundance is going to come to you. Come on, man. Okay.
You're going to work and abundance is going to come to you? What? She said, come on, man. If any of that sounded like you, and I hope it didn't, but if it sounded... Oh, sorry. No, she didn't say that yet. She said, you don't understand, are the bills going to pay themselves? No, fool. You're going to work. And abundance is going to come to you. I don't know.
if any of that sounded like you, and I hope it didn't, but if it sounded like you, that is all scarcity,
yes, exactly,
scarcity. All right, here's some abundance. Then we're going to roll right back into the tips. Do you feel like you're in the driver's seat of your life? Because if so, that sounds pretty abundant to me. Let me elaborate, because I like to ramble a little bit. Guys, nobody controls my life. Are you serious? And nobody controls yours. And when you're in an abundance mindset, you know that. You know it is a gift that you get to control your life. No, all right, hold on, tangent. Guys, like politics drives me crazy. You think you're broke because all of a sudden Donald Trump is in the White House? I'm sorry. Were you broke when Obama was in the White House? Okay. If the answer is both, it is not the politician's fault you're broke. You're in the driver's seat, baby.
What?
Let's go. Let's make some money. Okay? Okay. All right. How about your energy? Let's check yourself. Are you alert? Are you standing up in power poses often? Matter of fact, put the phone down right now unless you're driving. And get yourself in a power pose. Hands on your hips. Stand up straight. Breathe tall. Come on, man. Like, whatever power pose looks like for you. Maybe you fist pump in the air. Maybe, like, whatever it is. Get that energy moving, okay? Are you feeling rooted and strong and balanced and present? Are you breathing deeply from your diaphragm? Not those breaths I was making fun of a minute ago. Just, that whole breath of life throughout you. My gosh, there's a reason breathing exercises are so paramount. They're so important. They open up everything. They bring so much physical energy and abundance to you. Okay?
Breathing brings abundance to you? I thought it just brought oxygen to you. Define abundance by the definition of a large part of the world is very different from what she's talking about. Yep. Kiss my power boys. Upline, you can be your own boss. Also, upline, you have to work 24/7 to be successful. This reminds me of Raina Odell's call. I haven't listened to that one. I don't think. Just because you work your butt off doesn't mean you will achieve abundance. If you do not possess the skills required for a line of work, you will just be spinning your wheels. Yep. In the case of an MLM, it's just a sunk cost fallacy. Abundance equals oxygen. We don't know.
You're feeling right now? Are you listening to this and you're feeling empowered? You're feeling engaged? You're feeling like you're working on something in your life bigger than you? You've got a purpose? You're excited about challenge? You're excited about the growth ahead? You're excited for the bad things that happen because you know the good comes with it? How are you feeling right now, man? What is your emotional intelligence like right now?
Jessie Lee, what is your emotional intelligence like right now? And I say that in 2022, I've been, as someone who really used to like her as a refreshing, real, what I thought, real, not from the same kind of, cut from the same cloth as other MLM people, trying to be a certain kind of way, it's been disappointing to listen to what she has said in the past about not tearing people down, not doing all this stuff, and then what she has done recently to really disparage us. You know, we all know who she has been horrible to. And Julie Joe and Erin reacted to a live that Jessie Lee did, and it's awful. Their video and their commentary with Dre was incredible. Jessie Lee Ward's, what she said was awful. Just, I don't know.
And what about your mental energy? Are you feeling clear? Are you feeling crystal clear? Are you feeling like you can see things from all different angles? You're an active listener. You're not going to overtalk people. You notice what other people aren't even seeing.
You're not going to overtalk people? Again, this is wild because let me tell you an example. She did an interview with Colleen from No Shame Sales Game, and she talked over Colleen so many times in that interview and did not even take her own advice with regards to being an active listener and that back and forth that could create a really dynamic interview. She did the same things that she's telling people not to do.
You're feeling creative. You're feeling, oh man, I always have a choice. I always have a choice. I always have a choice. If you're feeling like that, you might be coming from abundance already, and you just keep listening. All right. That was a nice little tangent, though, wasn't it? I feel good about that. I feel like that was good. All right, so let's keep going with some ideas to keep cultivating some abundance in your life. Recognize unlimited possibilities. Okay? The enemy of abundance is a contracted awareness, like like constriction, right? Okay? Your life has unlimited possibilities. Okay? Don't focus intently on one little particular thing going wrong in your life, or one little particular thing, the job you don't like, the person you don't like, the friend who, hurt your feelings or whatever. Forget all that. Other possibilities are right in front of you, and they should not go completely unnoticed, because life is unlimited. It is vital to loosen your mind's focus, create an expanded awareness. Guys, abundance, 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 abundance. I'm telling you, all this takes is sit there quiet and peacefully for a minute. And I know for some of you, like me, this can be hard. Clear your mind for a hot second and allow abundant possibilities to come into fruition. I'm telling you, they exist. All right, next way we're going to create some abundance in your life is you're going to share your passions and your purpose with more people. You're going to talk more about things that you care about, okay? Understand and create confidence in the things you are both great at and you love to do. It's an excellent way to create confidence in yourself. There's no way for you not to believe in yourself if you know you're good at something. If you know you are the best at making pancakes in the world, nobody's going to tell you your pancakes are terrible. They couldn't convince you of it, right? You're passionate about it. So learn how to share your gifts and provide value by serving those who would benefit most. Guys, people need you. Some of you, for some reason, have this scarcity mindset where you don't think you have gifts. You all have gifts. You are all full of abundance. So confidently share. Confidently share, and you'll actually be able to probably build a personal brand through the more you share and the more you do. I taught at this amazing, I was I don't even know what I was. I don't even know what the title was of what I did, but I masterminded with some top earners in another company the other day, and I told them, I said, you are worthy and your story does matter. And I meant it when I said it. Okay? You all have purpose. So write the stuff down that you know you're great at, that you know you're passionate about, and then take consistent action on those things. All right?
Hi, Dave. Sorry. I know. Dave, 𝐔𝐒𝐄 and I might go live later, but we're still seeing if we're going to see if that will work out. But I just wanted to get this early in so I could go ahead and hop off since I'm at 𝐔𝐶 in my mom's house.
Okay. All right. The next tip that I want to give you is watch what you say. Y'all, words have power. They matter. Okay? The language you use, as well as what you tell yourself about yourself, it shapes your reality. So are you telling stories of scarcity or stories of abundance? Are you telling people, I'm not good at sales, I'm not good at recruiting? Wipe that crap off your tongue. Watch what you say. I'm the best recruiter in the world. I'm the best at sales. Money flows freely to me and to those around me. You know what? It might not be true right now. The more you speak that life into yourself, the more it becomes true. So when you're engaged...
Untrue. When 𝐔𝐶 and I reacted to that Ray Higdon call, there were parts of it that my dad was saying, like, this makes sense, or he explained part of go for no is a terms of closing a sale. There was a back and forth, and then at the end, when Ray Higdon said he could control traffic with his abundance mindset, it's like, what? We just went off into the ditch. Seriously. Dave, literally everyone is so stoked that you're here. Hope your floofs are doing well, Dave.
Engaged in a conversation with a friend or with God or with the universe, with whatever, yourself, whatever you believe in. Notice what you're saying about your experience and your beliefs. Don't say, oh, I've never been good at that. Oh, I could never do that. I'm never going to look like that. That's not true. You shouldn't even have those thoughts about yourself. Because when you
again, shaming the idea that thinking something is going to make you be a certain way. Oh, Melissa, send us a picture in Discord.
Find yourself talking about something you can't have, or you can't be, or you can't do, or you can't. Even though it's probably something you actually desire, like, I can't recruit people. Stop yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Have the courage to say,
your socks?
Hold on, let me take that back. That was some scarcity mentality, and I am in the process of creating an abundance mentality. And then say something that is possible in your life that comes from an abundance mentality.
And again, so let's say that she truly believes that words have power. Does that make it more meaningful and more abhorrent what she has recently said about people who she is trying to, that she seems to have said horrible and negative things about. If she is the type of person that truly believes that, does that make it even worse? Even though that words have power that you give them, in terms of Erin has a very like wise and healthy perspective about who she interacts with, and like words and attacks and stuff like that. So go to her channel and she's great to learn from. So it's just, but from Jessie Lee's perspective, because Jessie Lee believes that the case be made that that it's even more harsh for her to be kind of spewing that. Both happily snoring, but the screeching is gonna wake them up. Oh no! Screeching word is epic power.
I'm a great recruiter. I'm an amazing friend. I'm a confident wife. My little diggity dog just walked over. Oh, hi, baby girl. I'm an amazing dog mom, is a fact. All right. Concentrate on your growth, okay? I'm telling you, the most basic abilities in life can be developed through dedication and hard work. Our brains are the most powerful computers on the planet. You've heard that before. I know you have, right? Those brains and talent, that's just the starting point, right? But then when you have a growth mindset, you create this love of learning and nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you. Growth mindset and abundance mindsets directly relate to each other. I promise you. The more you're learning, you're hungry, you're staying a student, you're abundantly sharing things that you're learning with other people. It's impossible for you not to have growth and abundance in your life. So be curious about other people and their experiences. Intentionally ask someone every day about their life. Sit down with older people and listen. Guys, old people might not be the smartest people, but they got the most wisdom. You can always learn life lessons, even from dum-dums, okay?
Old people might not be the smartest people. Are you serious?
Are you serious right now? Oh my Lanta. Do we have to press play?
Okay, so find out what their goals are. Find out how people plan to achieve them. And simply listen, because you might be able to take those and apply those things to your life directly. So do that, do that, do that. Next thing to help with an abundance mindset. Look, if you...
I mean, my grandmother, my 𝐔𝐒𝐄, who is still alive, she was a surgical nurse for a long time, and then she was a nurse in like a doctor's office until she retired, and she still is incredibly active. She's incredibly sharp. She's way smarter than me. So how do you make that jump that older people are dumb just because they're old? Give me a break. Oh my God.
If you have an abundance mindset for serious, you should be craving learning and growth, like I just said. Okay? Understand you don't know everything, even about topics you feel like you may have mastered. I still am studying MLM stuff. I still am studying sales.
You should,
I
in
still
any
sit
job.
here and I study recruiting, and I listen to philosophy, and I listen to stuff on art and politics and women's studies and all kinds of crazy stuff, because I have this feeling like I know that if I keep learning from people who have done it before me or are better than me, I will have this attitude of openness and enthusiasm that the universe is going to have to give me more abundance. It is all...
I mean, learning to learn and to grow and to like train your mind and be able to have dynamic and intelligent conversations with people. Okay. But she's saying I do this so that I get more. That I get more abundance. And she has on several podcasts, for her, abundance equals money and influence. Could you imagine 𝐔𝐿 as an older woman trying to hawk something in the old people home? I hope not, Lynn.
Also the willingness to override existing preconceived notions just like a beginner would when you're learning stuff. Because I might think I know what I'm doing in a whole bunch of stuff, but as soon as I hear something that I'm like, whoa, and I sit down and I step back for a second and I back it up, and I say, wait a minute, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe I could apply this to my life. You can attract more abundance. So think like a beginner and keep yourself in that uncomfortable state of not knowing, right? Be like, oh, maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Okay. All right.
My grandmother lived to 92. Back in the 80s, they brought computers into her workplace. She was an executive assistant. She was very fearful, but then once they trained her, she loved computers. Dave said, I just had a visual of Sir Attenborough right hooking her.
Next tip for cultivating that abundance mindset. I really think y'all need to focus on what's going on right in your world, okay? We have this tendency to notice what's bad more easily than good. I'm going to give you an example. There have never been less murders in the history of the world. Do y'all understand that?
Oh my God.
There is less crime than there has ever been per person, per capita, in the world.
I said I needed to fact check this. I think maybe part of that is true, but she's going to say something pretty crazy in a second. But I didn't get to fact check it because I'm just riding by the seat of my pants.
There is right now. But y'all are so focused on watching the news, which we never had before. We never had news like that. You had to wait for the newspaper to come out, and then you get your local news. Now you know when somebody in Cambodia gets killed. Y'all wouldn't have known about that. Now you it's four people in Timbuktu died over the last month. Must be a mass murderer out there. You wouldn't have even known about it. You're focusing on things. It's ridiculous. Cut it out. Quit being a human about this kind of stuff. That tendency to notice what's bad more easily than good is ridiculous.
I mean, God forbid we care about what's going on in other countries or in other states or have empathy or compassion for people who have died in tsunamis or in earthquakes or in just disaster areas. I mean, you can have some compassion for other people. And that's one of the beautiful things about the internet is being more connected to the world. And yes, do I have to like limit where I watch news from because I feel incredibly sad about lots of things? Sure, I do. Is it good to know what's going on in the world? Yeah. And in hushed tones in here, we have the rare screeching macaw. Oh my God.
Ridiculous. I know your brain's actually wired that way due to evolution, okay? I understand. But let me tell you, you need to be an optimist. You need to rely on an abundance mindset. You need to lead a better, longer life, and it's going to be on focusing on what's going right, not on watching the news. Y'all, if the news is that important, it's going to get to you anyway via Facebook.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You know why? Misinformation. There was a Department of Justice report on cyber attacks and like information farms that were actively like putting out hundreds of thousands of things like during the election just to disrupt and cause turmoil. I have to find the link again to share it with y'all. But it's just not just gonna find you on Facebook. Give me a break. I think some of these statistics aren't accurate. I wish I had fact-checked this.
Okay, so let me tell you, you don't need to watch the nightly news to hear about the murders that happened, literally across the country that you never would have known about. You don't need to hear about all the negativity people, all these negative people with their negative attitudes and their negative bank accounts are affecting you. So focus on what's going right.
So negative people have negative bank accounts? Are you serious? Hi, Christina. Hi, Corinthians, if you're around. Yeah, I feel like Facebook sometimes is a dumpster fire. Yeah, it's back in 2018. Yeah, I mean, it couldn't have changed in that much in 5 years. Yeah, and if y'all haven't seen, there is a report where there was a list of every big news station, and it gave you like more middle, more right-leaning, far right, and then more middle, moderate, left, far left. So you could see based off of titles, headlines, copy, where some of those fell. I like watching Sharon Says So. She's a former government teacher, a former law teacher. Oh.
Hi, Corinthians. Baby Snark voice just for you.
And so if you're, she shares a lot of primary sources. She spends about 4 to 6 hours in the morning reading on news, and then she will post stories about kind of headlines and important trending things, and then she answers questions.
Right in your world, not on these little negative things that don't even matter to you in the grand scheme of things. So next time you have a perceived problem or something that doesn't seem to be going right, look at the problem from a larger, more, maybe just better perspective, more holistic perspective maybe. Instead of focusing on what is going wrong and trying to fix the problem, focus on what's actually going on right? Okay, all right. And then my last tip, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. Make sure you share this with a friend if you got any value, because if you didn't get value from this, then I rambled for 22 minutes, and that's also possible, but I highly doubt it, okay? Thanks for sharing this podcast with people, by the way, guys. It's been incredible. What a movement. You guys are just blowing my mind every day. Okay, use positive affirmations to improve your problem-solving skills, decrease your stressors, and I'm telling you, we can shift your mentality from scarcity to...
Or increase your skill set so that you can actually solve problems more effectively and you feel equipped that you can handle a situation.
Abundance, simply by creating abundance affirmations. So I would just write down a list of any fears you're feeling, maybe, right? Are you feeling some fears around a particular problem, situation, skill set you feel like you need to have, something in general, whatever? Okay, you can write down what you think is going to happen from your
So just because it doesn't happen to you means it shouldn't matter to you. Ma'am, what?
Voice of fear and scarcity. And then write down the opposite of what your fears are or what you deeply desire. And use that second list as your own personal list of daily affirmations. And no, it might not be natural at first. You might sound like a robot. You might sound like a crazy person. Doesn't really matter. It's about the consistency of taking action in those abundance affirmations. And here is a bonus tip. Do those affirmations in a mirror. Y'all should be yelling at yourselves in the morning, okay? You get to make the decision to start a life that is full of abundance. It's up to you, but you have to expand your awareness and notice when there's scarcity mentality and use these action steps. You will be well on your way towards creating an abundance mindset, because I'm telling you, the world has enough. There is enough of literally everything for you. There is a seat at the table. You just need to sit down. You need to stand up and take action towards what you want in your life, and take it. I promise.
I think there's a mix of truth in some of the things that she says. I don't, what up, 𝐔𝐒𝐄? He's in the next room. Oh, everyone say hi to 𝐔𝐒𝐄 2390.
There is so much in this world. There is enough. So on that note, I hope y'all are feeling abundant and fired up. I love you. I appreciate you. Please head over to iTunes or whatever you're watching this, listening to this on, and leave a review. You are all my favorite humans. It's just a fact. My name's Jessie Lee Ward. You can follow me on Instagram at I'm Boss Lee. You can follow me on Facebook. It's just Jessie Lee Ward. You can call me #Boss Lee or the People's Mentor. I hope you're having an amazing day.
Less amazing
and you're ready
now.
to create some abundance in your life.
Bye. Okay. Guys, I think we only have time for one podcast today because that took us an hour.
Everybody, what's going on?
That took us an hour. An hour and 9 minutes. Oh my gosh. What did y'all think of that? And again, the weird thing is, parts of it, I feel like there's kernels of truth mixed in, but like the amount that she thinks that something is true for situations, she makes it seem bigger than it necessarily is. And 𝐔𝐄's talked about mindset some on our last I'm right next to him. Yeah, I have my headphones in, so there's no echo, hopefully. Here for 10 minutes, ears bleeding. Oh my gosh. 𝐔𝐄 and I might go live later, but we need to figure out what to stream to if we're gonna do that. But yeah, I have headphones in so that there's no echo, and I'm running everything through. Can I lift it up? No, I'm writing everything through my soundboard. So hopefully there's no echo on y'all's end. And so my parents don't have to suffer listening to Jessie Lee Ward. So the toxic positivity is just not a good coping mechanism for me. Yeah, and the 𝐔𝐄, maybe you can speak to this. And maybe you can type to this, I guess. Being positive at all costs, at the expense of everything, or at the expense of being able to like sit with something or fully think something through, or villainizing certain emotions, and then you feel scared if you think something the wrong way because of how they... Hi, Lori! Okay, interesting point, 𝐔𝐄. He says toxicity and positivity aren't connected. No headphones can contain her screech. No echo, but we love a good echo around here. We do. Tish, we always welcome a Tish to the chat. Yeah. Janet, we'll let the Discord know if 𝐔𝐄 and I are going to be able to stream. I have a big enough lens so that we're going to share my mic, and he's going to have headphones to be able to hear everything. So we're not going to echo, and we'll just use the same mic. Oh, man. Yeah, normally we do 2 podcasts, but I think I want to be able to give my parents back their kitchen, so... Replay crew, if you have a lot to say, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you disagree or agree, love to have a conversation. Please continue to be respectful and civil as we have these discussions. I think everyone's been incredible so far. Been able to talk to people who disagree with me, and people who agree with me. So it's been good so far. Lynn, we love it when you're salty. We do. Salty licorice. Thank you. We able to visit them. We're here for my husband is on a work situation, so he's gonna be working tomorrow in another city, so I came to hang out with them. Yep. If y'all have any good suggestions for a video or something to react to, post it in the Discord and I'll show it to 𝐔𝐄. Love y'all in a non-culty way. I will see you on the next live stream. I'm going to go ahead and run the outro, and we will see you maybe later today, but definitely we may do a late night live stream or something like that. Okay. Bye, guys.